two, 1, 2, 3. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's our first video. My name's Mesa, aka beautician, aka hairdresser, and this is
I'm Tracy, aka fashion designer.
Hello, zero term. Anyways, we're gonna stop being cringe now. The fuck. Anyways, so the name of the channel is gonna be, as you can see, you're gonna be able to see, it's gonna be called Unbothered Fashion and Beauty, where we're gonna discuss basically our personal opinions about fashion and beauty and answer some questions that may or may not be controversial. Who cares? It's my opinion.
At the same time, we're not just gonna express our opinion. We're also gonna talk about some facts. I mean, depending on the subject we're talking about,
Depending on the mood.
Facts.
Depending on the mood.
You know, we're just not gonna throw our opinion without having some backup or some research.
Depends.
As I say, depending on the topic we're gonna debate.
True.
You know, so.
But
If we're
anyway,
looking something serious, well, guess what?
gotta throw some facts.
Exactly.
But anyways, so are you gonna start with the first subject? So sit, look at each other. You said a whole lot.
As we were saying, I think this topic should be the first one we're talking about, just for the simple reason that I know some people are asking themselves questions about it. Is school worth it in our profession? I'm talking about beauty, aesthetic, fashion design. Is school important?
Important, definitely. Worth it? Psh, questionable. But let me explain. Let me go into that. Okay, so when I say questionable, I mean like depending on the school, depending on who your teachers are, depending on the people surrounding you,
Of course.
and depending on where you end up at the end of the program.
True.
So let's talk about it though. Before I even get into that, let's talk about the stage. The stage, I feel like
A stage is internship basically.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
We speak French, so sometimes we mix both languages.
I actually did forget the name. I was like stage. But anyways, the internship, I feel like is a big part of it. But what I do feel like is like when you go to salons and you do your internship, unless you go to a salon where you feel like you're gonna work, like the atmosphere is it's really awkward for you, and depending on the salon as well, some salons will really like kind of grab you and hold your hand to the steps. But some salons, they're like yeah, just follow her. Like, girl, I've seen 10 pedicures today. I'm sick of pedicures. I'm about to fall asleep. That's first thing. But second thing, let's go back to the school and the teachers. Let's talk about the school we both went to, right? Because we both went to the same school while I was doing like hairdressing, and then I switched in aesthetics because I wasn't gonna pay no $10,000. But that school,
Let's start with some facts. Let's talk
it's
about
garbage.
how we got started there and how we switched up from there.
Listen,
Let's start there.
let's start with the fact that it's garbage.
Garbage.
Let's put it out there first. Let's put it for the people.
Garbage.
We're not gonna name names, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah.
So basically, how we got into that school. I was studying economics and I wanted to switch to fashion design. So I went on Google, googling names and everything, and that was one of the biggest schools from where I am that we can study. So I was like, let me just go there and enroll. And then I enrolled there and I saw her dressing, and I knew she was interested. So what I did was I got you some papers and I was like,
Pause.
gotta get there.
Pause. Let's talk about the fact that in high school I wanted to go to hairdressing, and I signed up to the second school I actually went to for aesthetics. But then I forgot the name of that school. After I started college, I forgot the name of the school, and so I followed her to the school, and now I'm in debt. Like,
it's not even the debt. Sometimes debt can be worth
no,
it
no,
for
no.
school.
But that debt ain't worth it.
Exactly.
So I gotta put it out there.
It was go back.
Like, the debt ain't worth it this time.
No, it was just to give a little background.
But yeah, continue.
So, as I was saying, I enrolled, she enrolled, we started together and everything.
Did we?
Um,
No, you started before me.
Oh yeah,
Because I was in college and then I kept going to school to eat.
Yeah.
I ain't got no friends. Listen.
So you went in the next semester. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I remember.
So, I remember I was complaining so much to you about the first teacher. Remember the lady I hated?
She did.
She
despised that woman with her guts. It wasn't even my teacher, and I kind of hated that bitch too. No lies. Ugh.
Remember how much I hated her? So I hated her. Why did I hate her? I didn't have nothing personal against her. Like, I don't know the person. I just don't care about her in general. But the thing is, that teacher pissed me off so bad and almost got me to the point where I hated fashion. She was my design teacher, everything drawing related and tech pack. Tech pack is basically what you create and send to the manufacturer, and they can produce your clothing from it and not from the actual design that you make. So basically she was teaching us that, and I remember we went to that exposition and we had to draw inspiration from that. So I created an entire collection. Every piece I created that was me, she was I don't think it was. I think you should change. So I ended up changing the entire collection, and I did it like not one bit of it, like nothing. It was not me. That was first thing first. I had to end the project. Remember the project I was doing late at night?
Yeah.
And then I handed it the project. I was like, okay, fine. And then she told us, okay, we're gonna have feedbacks, individual feedbacks, and talk about what you need to improve in front of the class. She was saying that to everybody.
I hate teachers like that.
Everybody.
Like, don't be putting my business out there for those people.
That's not even the worst part.
I don't care about them.
When she got to me, she was like, how did I get you pass? I was probably asleep. She did.
I'm telling you, they be raggedy. Those type of teachers are like the worst teachers. Because they have no respect. They think they're on top of people. Like, oh, I'm the teacher, so I get to say what I want when I want to. Like, girl, no, it doesn't work like that.
Well, I
You
ended
want
up not
respect me.
I ended up not finishing the class. That's the thing I did. I ended up missing, and at some point I just withdrew from him. I was like, I don't care, I have a failure. At this point, I just want to be done with that class and move on to the next one.
True, but her second teacher, like not her second teacher, but like her teacher in that same school, like the little lady that was always like nicely dressed, she was super sweet. I never talked to her, but she looked like she was super sweet.
She was.
And she was very elegant. I want to say that though.
She was super sweet. She really taught you things. She wasn't, oh, I think I'm superior, I do whatever the heck I want. It was really like, I want you to learn from me so you can apply it in your everyday life, in your profession. That's the way she was. But the first one, nah.
But
But
you know, I feel like when it comes to school in general, when you have like teachers like that, like failure is like you can't
guaranteed.
Pretty much guaranteed. It's like you know you don't want a teacher that's like hyping everything you do even though it's garbage. Like I want like in the middle. I want a teacher that's strict enough to be like, you know what, this is not good, change this. But at the same time, I don't want a teacher that's like so strict that she thinks like, oh, I'm gonna say this and she ain't gonna say nothing because I'm the teacher and da da da. No,
that wasn't even the worst part of it. The worst part was we had to end the project. It was like mid-semester. We had to end the project, and then she said, okay, for those of you who don't have money on you for X or Y reason, you can create an envelope. I didn't have my card on me, and there wasn't no parking from the school. So basically, I had to really park, and I wouldn't have time to go to my car, get me a card, and go back to school.
I feel like you shouldn't have to do all that for the amount of money you paid. I don't have to do all that. I don't have to go to my car and retrieve my card and pay $30 for one single envelope. I don't got to. I paid my money.
Every single class, she expected us to go to the store and buy something pretty much expensive that we could have found much cheaper somewhere else.
Girl, go to the dollar store now.
No, I'm telling you, she always expected us to buy stuff, but I didn't have my card on me. So basically, we were like 5 or 6 who created an envelope. She looked at us and was like, couldn't you go downstairs and just buy an envelope?
Homegirl, no, I can't go downstairs. I'm not gonna pay $24 for one envelope. Okay, no.
In school, let me just say that the stuff was expensive. Okay,
It was.
it was really expensive.
Excuse me.
Something that I would find in a store. I remember there was this store in the mall that was selling each crayon $5. When I got to school, the same thing was like 8 per crayon.
I'm telling you, that's how this school is.
No.
I'm telling you, it's like that school was like very, very expensive. I mean, I think part of it is the fact that it was private.
And also it got that reputation that I don't even know where it came from.
But you know, I think reputation comes from mostly like marketing and like going to. I mean, they did do like some fashion shows and they did participate in like competitions and things like that. So that kind of put their name up there. But like when you actually go to the school, it's really not up there. You actually realize like it's like very basic. It's very raggedy. Okay, the teachers are not that good. Some of those teachers were still struggling to teach you something that they don't even have any knowledge of.
Your teacher?
I ain't trying to be shady. Like I like you. You know what I mean? You was funny.
Yeah, she was funny.
You was making them jokes.
But she was never there.
She was never there, and she was. Listen, I'm not trying to be shady. If ever you watch this video, you know who you are. I'm not gonna say names, but I'm saying she was lacking a little bit of knowledge when it came to certain things. Like I'm sorry, it's like no. Like if I'm gonna pay more than $10,000, I expect the teacher to have like years and years of experience.
Maybe
even
not
if
years
you
of
don't,
experience, but at least be there and try to actually teach something.
No. I mean more than just be there and teach me. I need you to know what you're talking about.
No, let's start by this. She wasn't even there. I remember I came to your school to do my hair, to switch color. At this point, you just got started with colors. She wasn't there the entire time.
Like I literally started the highlights, knowing how to do highlights. We basically literally started the color wheel, and she was like, yeah, I trust you. If you have questions, come see me. If I'm not wrong, she went to get waxed. I'm like, girl, you better bring your butt cheeks over here, sit down here, because I got some questions for you. But you know, it's all love. I still love her. I love both of them. But I'm just saying,
she was super funny. I can't admit that. But everything I'm saying is, both time I went to your school to get my hair done for your exam, she just wasn't present.
She was like, oh, just come see me. She was getting her color done. She was like, oh, my hair is a little gray. Like, girl. But one thing I actually truly did love about her, it was one day we were watching like this video about like curly hair, and she was saying that, you know, she would try to talk to how you call it,
the
administration guy, to kind of include curly hair into that. But I'm like, it's like, I love her for that, but at the same time I'm like, this school is 2020. Like I'm sure most salons will get curly hair people. Like why does it have to be like an extra course? Why can't you just include it? Oh yeah, but it's only 1 year.
It's okay. Listen, the program.
No, not extend the program. Because for $300, I did 1 year and I learned more in aesthetics. I feel like if I did the 1 year at that same school, I wouldn't learn that much. So it's like if I pay that much money, I expect a bit more compared to the other schools. And on top of that, that school, I'm not gonna say they're but I'm gonna say that but what I'm gonna say is one of the reasons why I did go to the school at the same time was the fact that they were like, oh, you guys are gonna do fashion shows, you guys are gonna work with models, photographs, you guys are gonna yeah, they were like, what was I saying?
Fashion shows.
Yeah, fashion shows. So pretty much they were like, you guys are gonna do fashion shows, but you know, COVID hit, right? And I'm not gonna blame them, obviously, but I'm expecting like a little backup plan. Well, maybe the backup because, you know, like it came out of nowhere. But like I'm expecting a little refund. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm gonna blame them. Let me tell you why I'm gonna blame them. The pandemic hit and I was in the middle of my sewing class and everything. Just to say, I didn't learn to sew there, okay? I finished a year and a half and I still couldn't sew a simple skirt.
True.
Just gonna say that.
I can attest to that.
But the thing is, when the pandemic hit, I'm not expecting you to have a backup plan, but I'm expecting you to at least
Accommodate.
Exactly. Loan us some sewing machine, like do something to accommodate us and make the money we paid worth it. True, because they didn't refund us, and we didn't have sewing machine at home to complete our course. So basically, we spent the entire semester home not doing anything. And worst part is, when I went to the second school when I enrolled in it, the teacher was telling us when the pandemic hit, the school made sure they spent a week buying sewing machine to provide to the students at home.
I'm telling you, it's like you spend one semester at home, but they still expect you to pay $4,000
And
for
not
what?
accommodate you.
For staying at home, for living my life.
What if they were accommodating you? I would have been like, oh, okay, fine, I still get it, but they didn't.
No, I think me personally, I had like maybe 2 classes online from like March till June. And then she was like, we're gonna keep practice at home. At first she was like, we're gonna practice at home. But girl, I'm still with the true thing is the fact that in the program they included learning how to do pretty much wedding styles and like, for like events. Listen, I left there. The only thing I knew how to do was like what I used to know how to do, which is braids.
And not only that, if we're putting some facts out there, we didn't learn anything.
No, because I couldn't listen. Like even curling, straighten, how to properly do highlights. But I get it. Like it's 1 year, but like curls. Listen, I feel like it's mostly from YouTube.
Well, that's the thing I don't get. If I'm paying that much,
Sorry.
So, that's the thing I don't get. We're probably gonna use it that for. That's the thing.
Just in case
I
we
didn't
don't
get. Okay, the thing I didn't get is if we're gonna pay that much money, I don't expect to go on YouTube and learn how to sew a basic skirt or learn how to make a pattern classes. I can't really complain because the lady did teach us. She did. I can't lie. But if we're talking about sewing class, drawing class, I didn't learn anything, and I didn't expect to pay that much money and go on YouTube to learn what I was supposed to do at school.
True.
I just didn't.
True. But I feel like they weren't ready. The pandemic hit, they weren't ready.
Nope.
They were just living their life and whoop-de-doop-de expecting us to pay money and just get that cash from us.
They weren't ready, but what deceived me the most is they didn't try to accommodate.
They didn't.
They could have done better, okay? Let's face it, they could have done better. On my part, at least, buy some sewing machine and say, okay, students, come over there, sign your name, take it for, I don't know, a month or 2, and at the end of the semester, you give it back to us with a deposit. We wouldn't have minded.
True.
They didn't. Same thing for you. I remember you were sitting at home, not doing much.
Nothing. Just getting fatter and fatter every day.
Not doing much.
Like that diabetes was high at some point. Like, chill. Oh.
You weren't doing anything. You were just sitting there and be like, she said she's gonna call us today, and then she will send you a message and say, oh, I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
Yeah, like 2 weeks went by. I'm still expecting that call. She said tomorrow at 1 p.m. Excuse me, it's already 2 p.m. honey. I got things to do. I mean, I didn't, but you get it.
Well, that was the bad school that we went to. That was the bad experience, and this school, like, for the people who know, they know. We're not gonna name names, but if I'm rating it on a scale of 1 to 100, it would have been
2.
like, well, I might give 10 because the lady was sweet.
You know what? When it comes to the school in itself, I'm gonna give 2. The teachers, I'm gonna give a good 85.
Your teacher was good. I only had one good teacher.
Like, I'm gonna say, like, honestly, she could have done a bit better, but she was trying her best. So that's why I feel like for both of them, the both teachers I had, they were like very, very sweet. But the school in itself, the system is messed up. They're just taking your money. They're not really, they're not really trying their best for you.
They're not teaching you.
But let's go to the good experience.
So, well, let me just give my grade. The school,
true.
the school minus 20. They gave minus 20. They weren't accommodating us at all. There was no parking, nothing. We have to go all the way home with every single tool we have, and every single day come back with the tools. They weren't accommodating. They weren't giving us pattern papers, nothing. So minus 20. But when it comes to teachers, to experience, I only like one teacher from the second. My swim teacher was amazing. I had that drawing teacher, drawing slash take back teacher. Basically, he taught us everything. He was such a sweet man.
He was.
He was so sweet. He always got our back. When we designed the collection, it was actually our design. He was just like, okay, I think we can improve this. You can improve this, but it was never, oh, change the design because I just don't like it. That's first thing first, way less expensive. I gotta point that out, way less expensive. And for the price that I paid, I can say I learned from it. Also, they provided material. I never had to buy pattern papers, never had to buy fabric unless I wanted to. Never had to buy patterns just to sew in general, nothing. Everything was provided by the school, even the materials, and I'm talking about rulers, curves, everything. The school provided every single thing for us for the entire learning period, and I can say I graduated by learning stuff. I actually now can sew everything, which is amazing.
Good.
What about you?
I feel like my experience in the second school was way better. Way cheaper. It was like only $300 I paid for it. Like a whole year, material was included. Pretty much everything was included. You didn't have to buy anything. The teachers were very well experienced. They were very patient, calm. I mean, I could give a little critics.
Yeah,
I could give a little critics to a couple of them because nobody's perfect, but yeah, they were trying their best. They were very sweet. They were very like understanding as well. I mean, some of them not, but it is what it is. When you have like 6-7 teachers, things is bound to happen. I mean, obviously they did the best they could. I mean, mostly when I remember like 2 of my teachers broke their legs like the same day. If I'm not wrong, 2 days apart. So like we had to change like 2 teachers. So it was crazy, but they were able to make it happen and make it work and make it good. So now I'm happy.
I also like your teacher. When I got waxed by you for your exam, the students spilled the wax all the way to the floor, and she was really helping in just sitting down and looking.
True. And she was pregnant too. She was like 9 months pregnant too. She was like, nope, I'm gonna clean that mess up. But like the other teacher that was there was like, no, you're pregnant. Get up now. I was like, calm down.
Well, she was heavily pregnant. She could barely get down.
I was like, girl, like just take a seat. It's okay. The baby's close to popping out. You don't need to, make it happen right now.
But what I like was the gesture.
True. She was very sweet. She was very understanding. She also told the girl like you don't need to worry about it because I know you're good. You're just gonna redo the last part just so I can evaluate and kind of finish it. But yeah, I mean there was one teacher I didn't really particularly like. I mean I didn't hate her or anything, but like I just wasn't messing with her like that. Like some days she was funny, but some days it was like
not today, bro.
Not really. Good and bad experiences, but in the end, what's your concluding on school?
Well,
what would you say?
Let's start by, because we rated the first school. We said how bad it was for us. Let's just give an overall grade for those schools. The good experience.
Go ahead.
So, I would say overall 92. 92, they were really fun. But I can give it 100. Of course, I still have some things to criticize, but I feel like I learned so much that the critics are overcome by what I learned.
What about the teachers?
There was this one teacher, she was so boring that I didn't like her.
Yeah, but like overall.
But overall, if I kind of push on the side, just for her, I would have to remove 5 points, so I would say 95.
Okay.
It was that good.
Okay.
What about you?
I mean, me personally, overall the school, 85. Like, there's a lot of things that could change, including the cafeteria food. And nasty.
You just have to say that.
Okay, I just want to put it
Oh,
out there.
gosh.
That thing, like, what is this? What is this? The mashed potatoes is like blue, like, ugh. Mm-mm. But for the teachers in themselves, I would give like 90. Like, the teachers were very sweet. I mean, there's certain teachers, obviously, like, you don't get along with, but it's very, very nice school. I enjoyed it.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so what would you say? Like, if the question was for you, if I'm asking you from an outsider point of view, is beauty and hairdressing school worth it for me to learn stuff? What would you say?
I would say yeah. I would
Okay.
say yeah, but definitely, like, you gotta think. I don't go to school to learn like everything. There's a lot of things I might have to go on YouTube, go on other channels, do like extra classes for. Also, I would say that sometimes when you get to a school, you might not like it, but it doesn't mean the program isn't for you. Just like when you go into a job, you might not like it, you might go through some experiences and you're like, you know what, I hate this job, this is not for me. It's not the job, it's just you're having a bad day, the client is raggedy, you know what I mean?
Totally.
You're gonna try your best, you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna try my best to do it. You know, if a client, like last time I had a girl, she really beats her nails, she bites her nails, and she was asking me for a bit of square shape. And I told her, like, I can't give you square shape right now. What I can do is try to start a square. Like, I'm gonna try to round them at the sides, but like try to make it straight, and then try to grow them out. Try to grow them out, and then eventually come back here and there. Or if you're at home, you're on vacation, try to push your cuticles here and there. Try to do gel X maybe. You know, be yourself. Sometimes you might cry. It's okay. A girl is emotional. But move on. You got this. You got this. How about you?
I would say like it's definitely worth it, but you need to choose carefully. Choose your school carefully, because one bad teacher can make you hate a program.
True.
I'm not even talking about the school in general, I'm just talking about one single bad teacher can make you hate the program. So choose carefully and don't be afraid to start over. I know sometimes it's like, I don't want to start over, like, I already learned from that school, I'm gonna just stick it up. No, because I'm telling you, sometimes you may leave one school and get to another and be like, yeah, I definitely needed that change.
That's true.
So yes, it was worth it for me.
Good.
You still learn, but remember, choose carefully, boo.
That's true.
Choose.
But yeah, so guys, we're gonna wrap it up for today's video. What I do wanna say
And podcast.
Yeah. So what I do wanna say about basically the when we're gonna drop the videos, what we're gonna do is probably separate them in two. So we're gonna do like the audio that's gonna be released first on like on every Sunday.
Yeah.
We're gonna try every Sunday. And the video version is going to be released on my personal channel every Wednesday. So that's what we're going to try to do. And as well, I'm going to try to release my own video about hair, nails, pretty much anything I like and what I want to talk about. I'm going to try to release every Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try. But yeah, so our social medias will be right here for her, right here for me. If you want to follow, sure, go ahead. If you don't, well, keep on watching.
We still love you.
Exactly. You're still a girl. You're still a booboos.
I won't have a personal channel as of now. I'm not really into videos. She kind of forced me to make a video with her for the podcast. If I do eventually, I will let you know. But as of now, I'm just thinking about the audio version, the podcast version. And yes, I'll try every Sunday. Well, I won't say I'll try. I'll do my best on this dressing emergency to drop it every Sunday from Sunday. Well, what's next Sunday? I don't know the dates.
I don't know, but next Sunday.
You'll know it. You'll know it. And if you have questions, you guys, don't hesitate. If you have hesitation about something, about the topic related to fashion, beauty, or hairdressing, of course, because that's the thing.
Don't be asking questions about your man. Don't be asking me about how should I tell my boyfriend. No, we don't do that over here. Maybe in the future. For now,
As of now,
no.
our expertise is in what we study.
Exactly.
So let's just keep it that way.
But any comments on how to kind of make the channel better, on how to make the videos better, do let us know in the comments. Other than that, the links to our social media will be in the description box as well. And so yeah,
See you next time with a more controversial topic. That's it.
who knows? Come on,
Yeah,
a little kiss.
Anyways, we're just on board.